Here's the thing. The FBI was asked if they used agent provocateurs on January 6th, and they refused to answer. I'm sure you've seen that footage.
Yes.
Yeah. And they know about that guy, Ray Epps, that was on the Capitol grounds saying, we got to go in there. And people are calling him a Fed, and nothing's happened to that guy. Nothing's happened to that guy. But the guy was clearly inciting these people to do something illegal, and they know who he is.
And they have it on tape.
Yeah, they have it on tape. It's all very wild. The fact that that is a practice, that they hire people to go and rile people up to go do illegal things.
Hello, people of YouTubes. Man, my phone has been blowing up today with all this January 6th stuff, and I, of course, had to go down the rabbit hole again. What I found here is potential evidence indicating that the Federal Bureau of Intelligence may have been involved in the January 6th as instigators. And this quick clip from the Timcast podcast where he had on Kash Patel, a little history for y'all who don't know who he is Kash Patel was hired on as attorney as a staffer for President Trump's National Security Council, or NSC, working with the International Organizations Alliance Directorate, and in July of 2019 became the Senior Director of the Counterterrorism Directorate. In February of 2020, Patel then moved to the Office of Director of National Intelligence, or ODNI, became the principal deputy, and here is what Kash had to say about the federal government and their involvement in January 6th.
I think, as a former federal prosecutor and a public defender who defended a lot of these types of cases, what you need to show is whether or not the FBI and government agents were using undercover operatives and informants on the day of January 6th, because if you can show that, you know they've been out. Hang on. But the paperwork shows having run informants, that's a 6-month buildup. Minimum.
Right.
Minimum. It's not like they just dropped them into the Proud Boys and said, hey, go, don't disrupt, please. So once you prove that, then you defeat the insurrection narrative with the FBI's own documentation. Forget what the videotape shows.
Just for people who you can't see what's going on in the room, the reason why Kash just said hang on or whatever is because I started smirking and rolling my eyes. And what I meant to convey with that is, come on, we know they were involved.
No, look, I totally
clarify,
agree.
Though.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I know definitively. What I'm saying is a reasonable suspicion is that there were agents. There's a video showing a guy with an earpiece pulling people into the building. All right. Mm-hmm. You combine that with the evidence of Ray Epps, and it looks like you have a preponderance of evidence suggesting there may have been federal law enforcement involved in making that thing happen.
Ray Epps, by the way, is suspected to be a federal agent who helped instigate the storming of the Capitol. And, well, instead of telling you what he said, I'll just show you, because the idiot got himself recorded on the day before the January 6th and on the Capitol of the 6th.
We need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol. What? No! Peacefully. Fed. Tomorrow, I don't even like to say it because I'll be arrested.
Well, let's not say it.
We need to go. I'll say it.
All right.
We need to go in.
Shut the fuck up, Boomer.
To the Capitol.
Base Fed posting? All right. We need to go into the Capitol. I didn't see that coming. Okay.
Monument Hill.
Stop speaking. We are going to the Capitol, where our problems are. It's that direction. Please spread the word. All right. No, okay, but one more thing.
Yeah, so can we go up there? No?
When we go in,
are we going to get arrested if we go up there?
Yeah. You don't need to get
Did
shot.
you arrest us all?
So what do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section. Is he a Fed, or is he just a diehard MAGA Republican?
I'll get you beyond a reasonable doubt.
All
Two
right.
pieces of information. Ray Epps was on FBI's most wanted list one day, and the next day he was off of the FBI's most wanted list. There are only two ways that happens. You die, or your informant. Put that aside. Under congressional testimony, Jill Sanborn, who I used to work with, the head of the FBI Counterintelligence Division, in charge of all these investigations, testified under oath when Senator Cruz asked her, flat out, were there federal agents involved with January 6th? And she said, quote, Senator, I can't answer that at this time. Not if the answer was definitively no, having been a DOJ FBI guy myself, she would have gone there and said, nope, absolutely not. The reason she said I can't answer that is because of the same stonewalling they gave us during Russiagate with Christopher Steele, Halper, and everybody else. It's the same narrative, and I'm telling you they were there.
So you're saying that she said I can't answer that because the answer is yes, and that would compromise whatever their operation was.
Exactly.
So Cash Patel sure seems to think Ray Epps is a Fed, and kind of hard to argue with this point. But with the 42,000 hours of January 6 videos about to be released, I think we're going to find out. Or I'll be labeled as a conspiracy theorist and 6 months be proven right. In other news, there's a lot of breaking news about the Twitter and the Fauci ouchie cover-up, but that'll have to wait to the next video. In the meantime, if you want to make sure you don't miss the next update, please consider sharing, liking, and subscribing. And until then, America.
How many FBI agents or confidential informants actively participated in the events of January 6th?
Sir, I'm sure you can appreciate that I can't go into the specifics of sources and methods.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants actively participate in the events of January 6th? Yes or no?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants commit crimes of violence on January 6th?
I can't answer that, sir.
Did any FBI agents or FBI informants actively encourage and incite crimes of violence on January 6th?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Ms. Sadburn, who is Ray Epps?
I'm aware of the individual, sir. I don't have the specific background to him.